I'm just gonna give everyone a trigger warning on this video because I may offend some people. I'm actually on vacation in the motherland right now, enjoying beautiful Trinidad and Tobago, hiking through rainforests and waterfalls because I need some peace right now. Now, my rant is, why are things so expensive? The whole point of this channel is to do things as cost effectively as humanly possible. And here's an example of that. A long time ago, I started a project and never finished it. It was supposed to be an electric Corvette C4, and a really funny thing happened with that project. As we were working on it, I realized that this would not be a cost-effective venture. This financially does not make any sense. In order for this car to have similar specs that the car had when it had its internal combustion engine, I would have to spend a small fortune. Now, I mentioned this a long time ago in my The Dark Side of EV Conversions video, where I told people that it just wasn't really worth it unless you have lots of time and money, or you have a YouTube channel with monetizable content, because battery prices are too high. Well, that aged like fine wine, because guess what? EV conversions are still pretty expensive. For example, Robert Downey Jr.'s truck that we built for him a while back, we made it 2 years ago, and in materials alone, to go from a supercharged and built LS7 to a Tesla swap, it was about this. Batteries alone were $15,000, the drive unit was $5,000, drive shafts, controllers, and metal for the fabrication, not including fabrication in the cooling system, add another $10,000 on top of that. That's $30,000 to $40,000 with no labor. Don't believe me? Okay, call your favorite EV conversion company and ask them how much it's gonna cost. You know what? I'll do it for you. For the low price of $20,000, not including labor or fabrication or the car itself, you could have 120 miles of range, top speed of 100 miles an hour, and 8 hours to charge. But I'm gonna raise you this. Give me $20,000 and I'll include the batteries, the car, the fabrication, and you can go 260 miles, have a top speed of 130 miles an hour, and charge in 20 minutes. And I will buy you a 2014 Tesla Model S. Conversions are a rich man's game and don't always make sense unless you really want an interesting looking body. So at the end of the day, the end result was something that we had. It was a cool project and ended up being slower than the ICE engine it replaced, and unfortunately, it just wasn't as fast or as fun or even close to the same range that the gas car it replaced got. But hey, it's quiet and it's torquey, and that's cool. In order to make it faster, we've had to add another motor, more fab work, and even more money. Another thing I've noticed is the trend of people building super expensive EVs, which is really cool stuff, but the audience doesn't have money like that. What about the common man? Don't forget these two EV conversions I made. One was literally $3,000, this Mini Cooper, and the other one was under $7,000 for this rat rod. I had a friend use a Nissan Leaf conversion in his Ford F-150 because he was broke and wanted an EV. You know what happened? The truck was slower and heavier. You'll probably see these funny things on the EV Conversions Facebook group, where you can have a 1973 Volkswagen Beetle with 45 miles of range for $10,000, or a Ford Ranger with 20 miles of range for $8,000, a Porsche 911 with 93 miles of range for $30,000, a Jeep Grand Cherokee 1993 with dead batteries for $10,000, or a converted Ford F-100 for $70,000, which has been for sale since October. Now, I'm not knocking these builds, but they are really hard to justify, appeal to a very small group of people, and it's a really hard sell, especially at these price points. If EV conversions are so great, not only should they cost less, but they should also outperform their gas counterparts, and this is the goal of this project. My goal is to make this EV conversion quicker and be more cost effective. But what platform should I use?
Hey Rich, I'm sure you saw I swapped the engine on this because the factory engine blew up, but everybody's telling me I should K-swap it, but I can't fit a K-series into this thing because the engine bay is so small. It's like 14 inches tall. And I was thinking an electric engine would probably fit in the back of this. So if you're up for it, do you think that we could do like an electric swap on Le Honda Beat?
What an awesome idea. Thanks, Ben. I decided to race the Aramoto against my friend Aaron and his Honda Beat. And well, the results?
1, 2, 3, go!
It wasn't pretty. The Aramoto dog walked the Beat. It has more torque, more power, and it weighs about the same. This seems absolutely perfect. So today, we're gonna merge the two. Now, being in a convertible means you're going to be seen, which means you have to look good, and you have to make sure your skin looks good, and I've been using a product called Geology for a little while now, and it's been great. Let me talk you through my morning routine. First, I trim my nose hairs, then my beard, and then I use Geology, and it actually makes my skin not oily, so I love it. Geology is great because I didn't know where to start with the skincare routine, but they have personalized routines designed for you to get the results you want to see. It starts with a 60-second quiz. Tell them about your skin goals, and they'll develop a derm-grade personalized routine and deliver it to your door. And that's what they did for me. My moisturizing morning cream has SPF 15 for extra protection, and you'll be surprised on how much better your skin's gonna feel. And mine feels great, actually. With 35 prestigious awards, including nods from Men's Health and Oprah, the Daily Grooming Awards, it's clear that Geology is changing the game and changing minds. Geology's skincare routines are tailored for each individual, ensuring that commitment, it feels natural and easy. So what are you waiting for? Use my code and grab 70% off your personalized skincare trial set. Remember, there's also that 50% off on add-ons waiting for you. Check out the link in the description box below. Anyways, let's get to this build, shall we? We got a Honda Beat, we have an Aramoto. Let's merge the two. Here goes nothing. Here we have a 1991 Honda Beat, and I got this one from Coastal Classics LLC. Really nice guy reached out to me and said he had a dead Honda Beat that he wanted to give me. He really has no use for it, didn't really want to dig too much into it and get it running, so obviously it was sent my way, and who am I to actually turn down a free car? Now for this Honda Beat, it's powered by, I think, a 660cc 3-cylinder Honda engine, and I think it makes about 63 to 65 horsepower or so. As you know, my thoughts on electric cars are kind of passe at this point, but doing something a little bit different for the sake of doing it might be kind of cool. It's convertible, it's light, it's easy to put batteries in, so I think I'm just making that up because there actually isn't much room in here at all. But the goal is to actually convert this to electric. I'm gonna end up ditching the manual transmission. This is actually one of the first times I'll be removing the manual transmission in an electric vehicle conversion. As you know, with the Rat Rod and the Mini Cooper, I typically leave those in, but I wanna see what it's like just having one gear all the time. Obviously, this vehicle is probably one of the lightest ones that I've done, so it actually should give us a really, really decent power to weight ratio, having dual motors in the rear, battery in the center, low center of gravity, super lightweight. I think this actually could be really, 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 really fun. So the first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna get this thing up in the air, assess the motor, probably pull it out at some point, probably today, and just see how much room we have for potentially converting this thing. Now the thing is, this car was messed with before. A few mechanics went through it and determined that it couldn't run. Do I want to get into this thing and reinvent the wheel, considering there's some parts missing? There's a distributor cap. The injectors are no longer in there. I think the spark plugs are missing too, but I don't really want to deal with that. So I think what we're going to do, we're just going to go ahead and attempt to see what's underneath this thing and maybe convert it. This is why we like checking out cars underneath first. If you look here, there seems to be a speed hole in the exhaust. A lot of the exhaust is actually rusted and corroded away, but the rest of it doesn't seem horrible. You know, it's had some miles on it, it's seen some things. Hey, well, it's not bad, right? Oh, tires are tight. Let's see. No, they're pretty good, man. It looks like an animal met its demise underneath there. But this is a pretty decent size. Oh, how about this?
Ooh.
Yeah, there's an axle feature.
Anyways.
It does not matter. Doesn't matter there either. It's a Honda, in case you were wondering. But it doesn't seem horrible. I think there might be enough room to actually have some fun under here, but we're gonna find out pretty soon just how easy or terrible this is gonna be. So, what do we have up front? Was it a Nest?
Is
Look at that. Something's been kind of hanging out there for a little bit, huh?
just a little bit.
Just a little.
Time to.
Interesting. Yeah, get an eviction notice.
Yep.
Okay.
Pretty cute little fans.
Are they adorable? Just think, we're not gonna need those. This thing could be pretty light.
It's gonna be EV.
Yeah. It could be pretty light, I think. All right. Does it have power steering?
Probably not,
Ooh,
dude.
yeah, it'd be funny if it did. I don't think
There's
it does.
a rack right here. Let's see. Nope.
Nope. Okay, manual steering. This should be interesting.
Manual steering it is.
Okay, here's the engine cover. And there's a top view of the engine there. On this side, I believe we have access to the fuel pump that goes on top of the gas tank. Gas tank's over here. Those are just access to other fuel lines. You can see on this, it says it's 656 cc, so very small engine. The plan is, I'm actually gonna leave a lot of the wiring harnesses intact, and I'm just gonna mostly disconnect the things that connect the motor to the body of the car itself. So like this right here, I'll leave on it because that's all part of the motor. And I'm just gonna disconnect these wiring harnesses because it's a lot more difficult to remove the wiring harnesses with the engine still in its place. So I'm gonna see if I can remove as much as I possibly can, because as we start dropping it, I don't want the wires to start attempting to support the motor, and then the wires get fatigued, and then the rest of it has a hard time coming out. So I'm just gonna spend some time disconnecting these sensors. All right, so we finally got this motor out, and look at all this mess just to make 63 horsepower. This thing is massive to not make a whole lot of power. So on this side, we're not even finished taking the rest of it apart, but that is the fuel tank right there. That seems like a maybe 10-ish gallon fuel cell. So once we remove that and we have the rest of this stuff here, there's actually a decent amount of room to install some conversion stuff. Right here we have the 3 motor mounts, one on top of there and one still on top of the rear subframe. Don't forget the dog ball in the middle. But we're in pretty decent shape so far. All we gotta do, remove this fuel tank, and then I'm hoping there's gas in there so I could put that in a different vehicle, because you know I'm cheap and everything. These are the e-brake cables coming onto each side. Those are the shifter cables as well as the throttle cable. But after all those are removed, this thing should be a pretty decently lightweight vehicle to run around in.
Hi, Rich.
You made it.
Yeah, I did.
Dude, oh my gosh.
Hold on a second. Is your truck warm?
No. Anyways, 48%. That's actually not bad at all, Johnny boy.
Your truck's warm.
Nice job, buddy.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead and get in there. Get in there. All right, how are we gonna merge these two things? I have no idea. We have to merge this into this. This into that. Okay, let's get to it. This is the heated seat module.
This is good fun.
It's actually a lot of fun, man. I hope that the beat is as fun once we abandon the project.
No, I think it'll be good.
I think it'd be good too.
It's like, if you think about it, they're the same weight, I think.
Yes.
Roughly?
Actually, the beat's a little bit lighter.
Oh, okay.
Believe it or not.
So it's gonna be
Well, is it lighter now
or after.
or
That's
That's
I
a good point.
don't know.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
With the motor in it, was it heavier than this?
This stuff I don't. Well, a lot of stuff is coming out of this. A lot of the coolants.
Yeah.
The motor, the front radiators.
Okay.
A lot of the exhaust. That exhaust was Joey. That exhaust is like yeah. Feel how heavy that is.
Oh, yeah.
For no reason, and there's rust coming out of it too.
Thank you.
So I think once we remove, because all we're taking on this, we're not taking the swing arm, no wheel. We're taking the battery, motors. That's it.
chargers, controllers,
Yeah, those aren't that heavy. Those
wiring,
those shouldn't be that bad.
display.
That's true. Yay, you did it.
That's down there.
Well, I can't read good. So you see the cuts here are like shaped like that?
See, that one mount that's there holds this plate on.
Yeah.
Maybe we have to pull that mount out too.
You might be right.
That one. This one here.
But what else is it holding in the front? That seems strange.
Well, it's just so you can snag the motor out.
It's coming out more, isn't it?
The vent, Joey. It's, yeah, no, it's clipping this bar right here.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, I see
yeah,
what
yeah,
you're
yeah.
saying. Cut it
Can you
off.
pick it up and shake it?
Just do it. Joey, grab that side. Let's shake it
No.
until it falls out.
Well, I have an idea. We could remove the vent. What do you think, huh? Anyone?
Get out of the way! Come on, John.
Listen,
I know you want to.
I'm leaving that alone. I already mentioned the
We
vent.
could remove that vent. You can just pop it out. Just unscrew it, right?
Yeah, just unscrew it. That's all you gotta do. All right, ready? Oh, God! Yay,
Wow,
it's free.
that's the first time we've ever done that. You did it,
That thing's adorable.
isn't it?
It looks like a Star Wars like TIE fighter.
It does. Okay, let's put it in.
Looks like two motors attached to a freaking transaxle.
Way to ruin it.
So we made a revelation, and that revelation is that for some reason the Aramoto wheels fit the Honda Beat. This is the rear. Look how wide this is. This is the rear Aramoto wheel. That was the third wheel on the back of this, and it actually looks very, very good on the Beat. And John right now is working on the front wheels, and surprisingly, even the lug nuts work. This is insane.
That's how you cut off. No, actually, maybe not.
Jesus, what's going on? There we go. That's insane.
What did they take a Honda Beat and like let's make a three-wheeler out of it?
How is this working so well? How do you gotta break the news that we need the other Aramoto rear wheel? Johnny boy, this is insane. It looks so
You
good.
know what?
Yeah.
One day somebody's gonna show up at work
We're driving home?
and there's gonna be a gray Honda wheel on the back of the Aramoto.
Perfect.
Actually, it looks pretty good in there.
It's really good in there. I take the nut.
Is that good enough ground, Joey?
No.
Hold on. I'm coming. There we go.
That's okay. The real issue here is that I'm just so short.
You want me to hold it?
This crotch.
It's not
Come
that
on,
kind.
far.
That looks like shit. Not bad for about 2.5 hours.
Not at all. All you hear is splunk. Up to EG, second motor on the way.
Just remember the gloves and a full face helmet for me this time.
Yes, yes, sir, yes, sir. It looks fine, Joey. What do you mean? It looks good.
Alright, I still got a weld, so like.
Yeah, we don't.
Are you gonna pick me up?
It's going to heaven. I'm curious to see that axle angle now.
I think it's pretty close to stock.
Guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I try to usher things along as quickly as possible. In the next episode, we'll be removing the batteries, installing the batteries in the Beat, and hopefully get the wheels turning. Yes, we want to be that quickly. We don't want to drag things along for 6 months till this thing's done. We're hoping for 3 episodes and done. All right, guys, I'll be seeing you next week.